So, all about branding and audio and all the rest of it. What do we all think of when we hear the term branding? Presumably we all think of logo, colour scheme, font, slogan, like Think Differently for Apple, or Just Do It for Nike. They're all recognisable, familiar terms. A particular image, to have anything like that in our heads, or something which is purely unique to their own website. I guess that's fairly true to an extent, isn't it, for branding? Mm-hmm. Although, in my opinion, it's a lot more than that. And to me, it's more of an ethos, it's a work ethic, and more importantly, it's about people. For most of us who are in business, I think most of us here are self-employed, apart from you, you're self-employed. So we're all self-employed people, and for most self-employed people, well, all self-employed people, you are your brand, whether you like it or not. Whatever you say and do, you are your brand. So it is all the above, it is your logo, it's everything else, but it's about everything that you do. A lot of money is spent on visuals in business, getting it right. I mean, I know you've spent a fair whack getting all the website done, all your sort of logo and design and everything else. Huge amount of money is spent on it. I'm, at the minute, redoing my logo. Well, I didn't really have a logo for my new guys until now. So people that would recognise the monkey image, that's what I have been using as a logo, but it's not a proper logo. So a lot of money can be spent on designers, graphic artists, designing your literature, your websites, getting all your website copywritten professionally by the people maybe, rather than doing it yourself. And clarity of your communication, no matter what it is paramount. Clarity is absolutely paramount. The problem is, which is what I hinted at in my 40-second, is that a lot of people don't realise that there is a massive untapped market out there for people that don't really totally get the visual side of life. They don't fully get text. And I personally have nothing against text. We need it. It's absolutely crucial to what we do as a business in marketing. But there are a lot of people that just don't read it. You can have the best worded email newsletter in the world. You can have the right message. You can have the right key facts at the top to make people click. But there will be a lot of people that won't click it because they just don't read it. They don't get the text angle. And that's because they're auditory learners. So people that are familiar with NLP, I'm not massively familiar with it, but I know the basics of it, that there are people that will absorb information far happier in an auditory way. So be it just literally on the phone to people rather than having emails sent to them. I know a lot of people that hate having full inboxes. They will just hit delete no matter what it is. It can be a very, very important email, but they'll hit delete because they'll take the attitude that if it's important enough, people will ring me for it. And they would much rather hear a human voice than actually look at text or visuals. Technology. Who has ever bought a piece of technology, be it a DVD player, be it a TV, and there's always got to the point where you don't know how to do something, and it's a case of do you read the manual or don't you? I, for one, hate manuals. I've never read a manual in my life, which is why my technology is broken. But everyone, I'm sure, at some point has come to a point where you've either had to get the manual out, or, worst case scenario, you have to get someone else to read bits for you. I know when it comes to IKEA furniture, of which I've just bought some last week, I've got a new chest of drawers which I've got to build, and I'm not looking forward to it in the slightest, because it'll mean reading these instructions. And the benefit with IKEA, they give you nice little pretty pictures to say, click A into flick B, and they'll think it's brilliant. I don't get it. I would much rather someone tell me how to do it and where to put that nut or bolt or screw, and then I can actually do it. I don't mind building it, but I need to be shown. So, don't underestimate the power of the human voice. A lot of the time now it's drastically underused. I think with the day and age that we are in now, with social media marketing and Twitter, Facebook, web forums, chat rooms, there's an endless list of social media applications out there now. The problem not a problem, because it's not really much of a problem, but the thing is with those, they're all text-based. We're losing, I think, the human element to all this. We're all in these 4 networking meetings for that human element. We're not all just in a virtual chat room. We can be, because that's what the 4N forum is for. So people that want to be in the virtual world as well, perfect. But we're all here because we want that human element, the human touch. A lot of the time people want to actually witness the body language, they want to witness the tonality in your voice, they want to witness the emphasis, they want to witness potential sarcasm. And text just won't do that. No matter how well written it is, it won't get through in the same way. There's a lot of people that will end up having arguments on the 4N forum and lots of other forums that I've been in, that was settled, that will end up in arguments because someone has taken a comment in the wrong way, even though it can be meant totally innocently. It can be twisted very easily by people giving their own slant on what they think has happened. And that's the main trouble with text. A lot of the time there is a lack of clarity. So using multimedia in your marketing, because you are your brand, you are the figurehead of everything you do. Just like Richard Branson is still the figurehead of Virgin. Virgin is a massive, lots and lots of individual separate companies, but they're all under the figurehead of one man. And here's the man that drives everything forward, and he's the brand man recognised for being that brand. And you are your company's identity. People want to associate with that identity. Again, that's why we're all here. People buy from people. They buy from people. They don't want to buy the name of your company. They want to buy you as an individual rather than your company name. And to build a successful brand, you need to be accessible for everybody. Everybody and anybody. So not just the text people, not just the auditory people, not just the kinesthetic, touchy-feely people. You want to have a mix so you can attract, well, hey, let there be light. You want to have a mix so you can attract as wide an audience as possible. We're all here to get new business. There's no lie in that. It's exactly why we're here. We do the same online with getting the right keywords in websites to get more people to our site, to then hopefully get them to buy from us. We should, as business folk, everybody should have the right mix. That even if you don't go down a certain route all the way, because I know a lot of people that they'll spend a fortune getting their website right and their copywriting right, but then a lot of people, they'll just shove old stock images on their website which have been used to death, but they'll shove a few images in for the sake of shoving some images in to break up the text. Everything that you do in your marketing should be thought out clearly, and if it's a case of getting a few photos bespoke done for your business, then perfect. I think everyone needs to think about exactly what they're doing in their marketing and making sure they get it right. And the problem with social media, even though I love it, I'm on Twitter every day. Some say it's a curse, some say it's a problem. I don't. We're expecting nowadays information in shorter bursts. Benefit with Twitter, news can come within seconds, like the Hudson River plane crash, news broke on that within seconds of it happening, and Sky News took about 3 hours, or whatever the local news was there, about 3 hours to get to the scene to actually film it. People were using their phones, camera phones, videoing it, posting it all around the world, and that was what broke the news first. So we're, in a way, getting slightly lazier because we expect information in shorter bursts, we want it quickly, we want it efficiently. Steph Thomas, the regional leader for Oxford, he came up with a little idea a few months ago called make a noise and people will come. Start your own crowd and then show them what you've got. Essentially, that's what we all need to do, whether it's in a 4N meeting, online, doing online marketing or wherever. Make your own crowd. Like the bloke in Hyde Park that just wants to get on soapbox, speak his word. People will crowd around him and listen to what they've got to say. I think we should all start to do that a bit more. Don't wait for people just to come to you and hope they'll come to you. Make them come to you. Show people in multiple ways what your message is. So, for instance, people that are really in with online marketing, don't just use Twitter, don't just use Facebook, don't just use forums. Add it all into the mix and then make sure that message has the right clarity. Always make sure your message has clarity.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. that tonight's gonna